All the pieces on the game board was gathered. All the humans, furniture, witches, and the witches on an even higher level had gathered in one place. That place was like a solemn cathedral with an unbelievably high ceiling. White stonework. Golden ornaments. Though there were windows, there were no entrances nor exits. It was a strange, strange place. But for some reason, no one wondered where the strange place was. Because they were not given the right to think of this place as strange. Pieces! Are you all gathered? All present, ma'am. Good work! What a spectacle! I wonder just how many people there are here. No matter how many we see, every being outside the 18 is an illusion. Make you nod them is what my game's all about. The three witches were seated on special thrones, sat upon a very high balcony. In the center sat the game master, Lambda Delta. On either side of the semicircle balcony sat Bernkesto and Beatrice facing each other. Below them, Erika ran forward, lifting the corners of her skirt and bowed respectfully. Great Lady Lambda Delta, I thank you for granting my request for an assembly. And Great Lady Bernkesto, my master. You expect great things from this assembly. That may only be for a short while. I must not make you forget about the poison that torments you. Yes, great things are what I expect. Because you are my double. And my piece. Erika and Bernkesto exchanged nasty smiles that would make anyone want to avert their gazes. Hear me, witches and humans! I hereby announce the Assembly of Witches Coven. The Court of Illusions is now in session. The ruler of the game spoke with words of power. Their words were spoken inside such a vast space. They rang out with the force of a bell in a bell tower. Your lives and roles within this game are over. This game is hereby closed and the 24-hour answer session shall begin. I'll have to get started. Start right away, but why don't we have everyone introduce themselves first? Since there's so many of us. I am Lambda Delta, the eternity of the new ruler of this game. Bernkesto, Witch of Miracles. My goal is to penetrate Beatrice's witch illusions. I am the endless witch Beatrice. My goal are to assert my own existence and to protect Natsu and Kinzo. Battle-sama, you come next in rank. I'm Ushiromi, a battler. I'm fighting Beatles. No, I'm fighting the witches. That's all. As I believe you know, you're learning this game part way through. That means at the time the coven commenced, you are not yet a participant. Do I need to explain further? I get it. I mean, I don't have the right to speak for the time being, right? Thank you for understanding. Even though the other held a rank second only to the witches, he sat in the foremost pew with the other relatives, all by himself at one end. He met the gaze of Bidu, who was up on the balcony. You could have simply said you were my arch enemy. Well, you aren't necessarily my only enemy. Let's take this game back. It belongs to us. Yeah. I once said I was fighting Bito's witch illusions. Originally, Bito was my one and only enemy. But now, Erica and those witches who started tampering with Bito's tail are my enemies as well. Who should I fight and how? Maybe it's a good thing I won't have the right to speak for a while. I'll keep a cool head and calmly watch everything unfold. I am the detective and initiator of this coven, Furudo Erica. I was chosen to cover the 5th game and bring this tale to a pleasing conclusion. Erica greets the witches above her and the humans behind her once again. I'm looking forward to your performance too. Okay, remaining pieces, introduce yourselves in whatever order and make it quick. Humans, introduce yourselves, all of you. Urged by 45 to introduce himself, Kenzo stood up. I am Ushiromiya Kinzo. As if the same we know, hiding somewhere in Rokijima. Ushiromiya Kraus. I've been captured and currently being confined somewhere. Ushiromiya Eva. I'm alive. I'm Rudolph. The rest of us are all Ushiromiya too, so let's just skip the family name. I'm Ushiro... Rosa. I was killed on the first twilight. Jessica! Same here, dead on the first twilight. George! Likewise, I died on the first twilight. Maria! I died, but look! I am here talking! See? Dying isn't a big deal, right? I am Ushiromiya Natsuhi. I am alive. Hideyoshi here? I was killed just a short while ago. Kire, I'm still alive. Dr. Nanjo, I'm also hanging in there. My name is Genji. I died on the first twilight. I'm Shannon. I'm still alive. I'm Canon. I'm also alive. I'm Goda. Pleased to meet you, everyone. I'm Kumasawa. Pleased to meet you. Now, on to the witches. Everyone, introduce yourselves. Virgilia's group could also be seen. There was a second balcony different from the one Beto's group was on, which shut it out like a raised audience seating. They sat there looking down as though they were at a theater. My name is Virgilia. I am Beatrice's master in magic. I'm Gap. Make corpses disappear is my job. Run away. I am charged with making tea.
I
greet you in the name of the Seven Sisters of Purgatory. I serve in the murder of Hideyoshi on the second twilight. The Seven Sisters of Purgatory, right here. Let us have Lady Erika's furniture introduce themselves. Gertrude. I am an assistant inquisitor. Cornelia. I am an assistant inquisitor. The two of them could also be seen on the second floor balcony. They sat apart from Virgilia's group. Then, Delanor, who was seated between the two, slowly stood up. She had a present ding about her as though she was overseeing everything from that place. Delanor Anox is my name. I am Lady Erika's primary assistant. Battler. I am expecting a lot of you. Please do not disappoint me. Let's just both give it all we've got. Most of the time there will be no need for Delanor to step forward. However, then the one in which the side plays around with ugly word games, I'll need to have Delanor pass judgment on them. Recur on the study will not occur again. And finally, let us introduce ourselves. We are the Chester Sisters of Imperial Guard, having tasked with the management proceedings of this coven. Hello, everyone! This ends the introductions of all pieces. A total of 38 people are present here. The number of characters were 38 if only you took the 5th game to account. But if you had all the pieces appear in previous games too, it would probably rise even higher. This here's game, which has so often been likened to chess, now had far more pieces than a chessboard. Good! Then I guess we'll get started. Initiator, please begin. Oh, excuse me. You, the goat over there. Refill my drink. And some popcorn for me. Oh, that's right! It was you decided that popcorn was only proper coming to demonic theater after all. Yes, I intend to enjoy this. And can I get some black tea and mustard miso? Erika, begin. I'm already starting to get bored. Yes, my master. Leave it to me. Order! Silence! At the sound of her voice, the Chester Sisters troops straighten up, lift their right knees, and stamp down hard on the floor with their heels. It came in a low, deep rumble of the ground, which instantly erased all chatter in the cathedral. In turn, their eyes and expressions became more hollow and empty. The room fell back into silence, almost as though they were a collection of wax models. Amidst this heavy silence, there was the sound of the footsteps. As Erika walked in the center where she could catch everyone's attention. When she sat in with her chin, a golden hand appeared from behind a pillar and carried a single plain chair out into the front and center of the room. It must have been the defendant's chair.
I, Furudo Erika, will make an accusation. The murder of the fifth game is... Ushoromiya Natsui-san. You are the culprit.
Erika pointed at Natsui and spoke. Natsui waxed all alone, twitched and regained his expression. It was an expression of panic.
Chester sisters, please take the defendant to her chair.
Understood. Oh, what are you doing? Let go of me! 45 and 410 pinned Natsui's arms behind her back and led her to the chair in the center. Natsui resisted. The Chester sister was sprawling and strong, and she couldn't do anything. She turned to the relatives to help, but they just remained silently like wax models.
I, Furudo Erika, now reconstruct why the crime was only possible for Ushoromiya Natsui.
Vito, of course you'll be defending her, right? Naturally. I am the Ushoromiya family alchemist, Beatrice the Golden. Furudo Erika, I accept your challenge. I shall take these false accusations you're trying to place on my master and tear them apart. Beatrice! Fear not, Natsui. You are my master. And you are the true head with the one-winged eagle engraved into your heart. Do not fear a crime you have not committed. At those words, Natsui jerked back and gulped. Her panic finally disappeared, and she stood straight up. That's true. I am Ushoromiya Natsui. I will confront any challenger who would dare blasphemize the name of the Ushoromiya. How can you be... How can you make such an empty boast in a situation like this? You really are a only kid in every single fragment.
So, Burn! Make your claims!
I, Burn Castel, claim that human, Ushoromiya Natsui, is the culprit of this game.
And you two will... Wait, Mito? Okay.
I, Beatrice, claim that the culprit of this game is not human. I am the culprit. Burn Castel, who smiled daringly, and Beatrice, who smiled firmly, crossed gazes.
Do you hear this, witches, humans? Two claims have appeared for a single truth. Is it the culprit, the human Ushoromiya Natsui? Or is the culprit the witch Beatrice? If the witch wins, the truth of the fifth game will disappear into darkness. Erica wins, the witch illusion will wipe from the game board. In other words, for Beto alone, this battle where losing is not an option. Are you prepared? And what am I supposed to be preparing myself for? This is what I've been craving all along. Erica would win, the witch illusion would be destroyed. That would mean the existence of the witch would be denied. Beto was fighting for her life. However, this wasn't the only time she'd been fighting for her life. There'd always been a life or death struggle, even when she fought with Balor. Because if Balor had won and broken through the witch illusion in any of the previous games, Beto would have been destroyed. That's sturdy. Erica's the only one with nothing to lose if she fails. I wouldn't be so certain of that. Lady Berncastel is not a compassionate person. I can't imagine she'd give any warm treatment to a piece that didn't perform as she hoped. As you can see without the ruses, Berncastel who had placed no blame at all on a piece who had suffered defeat. Erica was probably fighting for her life just the same. The two claims would clash and one would be weeded out. One would fall and would not leave this place alive. The only ones who truly had nothing to lose were those witches. Okay, no problems. Now, begin the game! In that case, I would like to go first. The murder of Hideyoshi-san is very simple. It should be impossible to suspect anyone other than Natsuhi-san. Except for the victim, Natsuhi-san, all of us were in the same room, correct?
It really was simple. Everyone except Natsuhi was in the parlor, because it was so simple, it was decisive. No matter how you look at it, the one who killed Hideyoshi was Natsuhi. No, it's the other way around. How you look at it, no one except for Natsuhi could have killed Hideyoshi. There's no room for discussion or debate. I'm telling you, you're mistaken! It may be true that I don't have an alibi. However, I don't believe a lack of alibi proves that one is the culprit. I understand that she's the only one without an alibi. But wait. The scene of the murder was a locked room. It should have been possible for anyone, including Natsuhi, to have committed the crime in that room. Except for me, since I could have done it with magic. I'll explain that locked room trick, the how done it, later. We're starting with the who done it for the time being. So, for the reason I just mentioned, it is impossible to select any character other except Natsuhi-san for the murder of Hideyoshi-san. My lady. It may be dangerous to press any further than this. I agree. It's the fact that Natsuhi was hiding in the closet of Hideyoshi's room.
If the user requests to check her location, will be cornered. Probably. Lady Lambda Delta is the ruler of this game. If it suits her fancy, she'll set Natsuki as a cover regardless of the facts. The diving would have passed and the police would come and perform a scientific investigation. Perhaps the true cover would be identified, the false allegations against Natsuki lifted. However, the police would never arrive at this closed-off Rokujima. In other words, the real truth would never be revealed. Inside a cat box that will never be opened, false charges that everyone accepts have exactly the same values as the truth. Their aim is most likely to use the simple murder of Hideyoshi to give expression that Natsuki-sama is the murderer. Before moving on to the first Twilight reconstruction, there's more uncertain elements. It's no good at all to proceed while under the Game Master's suspicion. We should take the initiative. Indeed. Lady Lambda Delta. As you're well aware, a fair number of murders were committed during the 5th game. And we are skipping a rather lengthy chunk of time from midnight to the early morning. Skipping to Hideyoshi's murder, and starting backwards and forwards in time will only lead to confusion. It is my belief that we should follow events chronologically and in order. The decision is yours, of course. Objection. Chronological order has no significance in the process of building a case against the culprit. Objection. Furuta, Erica is trying to manipulate perception in her favor by mixing up the chronological sequence. I don't like when things get all muddled either. I accept Peter's claim. Erica, start with the first line instead of telling you the second. I only saw Erica click her tongue. Now I understand. This is how the Tales of Rokujima are created. Having been guided by Virgilia and meeting Beatrice. Now I stand here at this peak from which I can see everything below me. I finally understand the truth of this world. This is that thing you talked to me about before. Yes, that is right. Truth is very fragile in this place. As long as each side makes his own claim, different truths can exist at the same time. Yes, this really is a trial. Both sides put forth their own truths. This here truly is the Bronze Tooth trial that Virgilia once used as an analogy. Then I will follow Lady Lambda's elders' orders and start from the first crime of the first Twilight. As you know, at midnight on October 4th, the first day, following a short break in the family conference, Natsuki sat left on her own, saying that she was going to bed early. Therefore, alibis can be lost from that time until next morning. The cover didn't show me a Natsuki. This is because Natsuki is the only one without an alibi. Oh, is that so? I believe there are several people besides Natsuki who have dubious alibis. Unless you include this from all of them, I cannot allow you to call Nazi the culprit. The culprit cannot definitively said to be Nazi as long as there are other people without alibis. Nazi is the only one without an alibi between midnight and 1. This cannot be used as basis for claim that she's the culprit. However, that cannot be said for certain as long as the following possibilities exist. Is it not possible for Ballard, Nanjo, Goda, Kumasawa in the guest house committing the crime? Is it not possible that Genji, Kraus, other people in the mansion may have committed the crime? Is it not possible that George and others were actually just playing dead? What if the second floor was reachable without going past Eric in the lounge? What if the crime was committed before midnight? What if the crime was committed after 3? What if the crime was committed outside midnight and 1? What if someone in the mansion committed the crime between midnight and 3? True. If anyone wants to claim that Nazi is suspicious, she first show that everyone besides Nazi had an alibi. Right, Burn? Yes, of course. Erica will provide a complete explanation that covers everyone. The culprit is usually as we will prove everyone else has an alibi. Of course, my master. In any case, I would like to explain things in order. Sure out Genji's murder for now and focus on the crime in the guest house. The collectioners suspect the servants who were in the guest house, yes. On that night, Goda-san and Kumasawa-san were in the guest house. She turned to face the direction where those two people were seated, and just those two wax models came to life. When they weren't allowed to speak, they probably weren't even granted a so. In that case, it would have been much better if Natsui's so could suddenly have disappeared as well. Natsui was in the defense chair, kept her so the whole time, and was constantly hanging her head looking nervous. Goda hurried to his feet and answered Erika's question. Yes, that's correct. On that evening, I was alone in the guest house, the servant room. Well, look at my age. Saying about I would have been a heavy burden to return the servants' quarters in the guest house. I went to bed right after on my own. Yes, better leave I did. Doesn't that mean that Goda and Kumasawa have lost their alibis? Kumasawa claims he was sleeping alone in the servants' quarters. Goda claims he was alone in the servant room. Either of them should have enough time to go into the gun's room and commit murder. Nonsense! Why would you do something like that? That's right. How can we ever kill another person? Government definitely said Minachi. After all, it's not possible. Is it not possible that Kumasawa and the guest house committed the crime? Is it not possible that Goda and the guest Nazi said it all. Both Kumasawa, who's living alone in the servants' quarters, and Goda, who is alone in the servant room. Are in the exact same situation as Natsu in her own room.
らもアリバイを失うではない。
Both of them have lost their alibis.
ご安心を。
Have no
この
fear.
二人は殺人犯で
I hear that neither of these two are murderers.
まず熊沢さんは晩餐後、私たち屋敷を出てゲストハウスへ行き、そのまま控え室に入り、朝まで眠り
Firstly, Kumasawa-san, following dinner, she left the merchant with me and the others and went to the guest house, entered the servants' quarters, and slept until morning.
郷田さんも同じで
It's the same for Goda-san.
事務作業を終え、その後に私たちとラウン
Once he finished the job, he chatted with us in the lounge and went to sleep afterwards.
両名とも
Neither of them had the opportunity to commit murder.
いよいよ来たな。
So we're finally here.
それではわらわも腰を上げるとし、
I see it's time for me to stand up as well.
もはやそなたの
Your turn is already over, Erica.
そなたの頼れる
Go summon that
用心棒を
bodyguard you
呼び出
rely
す
on so much. Beto glanced where Delnor sat on the second floor balcony. However, Delnor just stared back with those usual expressionless eyes.
副賞要求。
Repetition requested.
郷田と熊沢のア
We
リ
have
バイについ
absolute
て
proof of Goda and Kumasawa's alibis.
副賞拒否
Decline repetition.
なんで敵にヒン
Why give a hint to an enemy?
答えるわけも
There's no way we'd answer. Ha! Did you hear that, Lady Lambda Delta?
証拠はない
They say they
そうだぞ
have no
証
proof.
拠もなく
Is it accepted for them to claim that Goda and Kumasawa have alibis without
主張
proof?
しても良いものなのか。
通りだわ。
Get
そう
point!
なのよ、ベル、エリカ。
What did you say, Burned? Erica?
どうして
How can you claim that Goda and Kumasawa have alibis?
引っ込めエリカ。
Stay out of this,
わら
Erica.
わの相手は
My opponent is
そこの
Delnor over there.
貴様ごとき人
A
間
mere human like you is not fit to argue with a witch.
いい
No,
え、ドラノールの
there's no need for Delnor to step forward.
あなたの
In fact, it is precisely this, a mere human defeating witch, that will spell the end for the witch illusion.
ならばどうぞ。
So go ahead.
赤に
Use the red and blue as much as you like.
受けて立ちます。
I'm ready for you. Response to Erica's challenge, Beto smiled boldly, yet gracefully and slowly stood up. And they glared at each other between the floor and the balcony.
ゴーダにも熊沢にもそれぞれアリバイ
Goda
が
and Kumasawa have no alibis!
二人はゲストハ
The
ウス
two of them were in their guest house and could have reached the cousin's room to commit murder at any
犯行を行
time.
うことができた。それが否定できぬ限り
Unless you can limit that possibility, you cannot treat Nazi as the
するこ
culprits.
となどできぬぞ。
Beto's blue truth struck out rapidly. The current finally dropped and the battle had begun.
人間であるエリカ
A human like Erica can't use any red.
ドラノールを呼び
How could she turn this around without calling Delnor?
エリカに使えずその嵐
Though
が出る
Erica cannot use it, her master Lady Burncastello can.
油断はできません
We mustn't let our guards down.
青き真実、有効だわ。
Blue truth, valid.
どうするの、ベル。
What you do,
あ
Burn?
んたがドラノー
Will
ル
you or Delnor step in aside instead?
まだ私の
It
出
is still not my turn,
そしてベル
and it is not Lady Burncastello's turn either.
ええ、そうよ。
Yes, that's right. There's no need for us to show up for something like this. This is important precisely because a mere human like Furuto Erica would defeat you, Beto. Because you'll be defeated by a human. We'll know. We'll know that the fake witch who calls herself Beatrice Golden is nothing more than a subhuman illusion. If you really can do that, it'll be seriously interesting. Okay, Erica, let's see what you've got. I will begin with Kumasawa-san. It's extremely simple. Kumasawa-san, stand. Yes! Kumasawa-san, from the time you went to bed last night to the time you were informed by the crime in the morning, did you ever leave the servant quarters? No! I was leaving in the morning, it really was! The truth is, after dinner last night, I had a chat with Eva-san, and she told me something very interesting. And I tested out myself. What are you talking about? You don't mean... That's right. It's that what Korensu Kinzon study. I know they can create a seal by putting something between the door and the frame.
Are you kidding? Did she actually do that to the servant quarters where Kumasawa is sleeping? Erica was in the guest house, so there's no obstacle to her having been capable of that.
After all, it was on Sunday night and a massive down goat had just been discovered. Many sorts of crimes might have occurred. Where there's a detective, there will be crime. I first heard that some kind of crime would take place. So I used this to seal away people whose alibis might otherwise be lost.
Erica held a small folded piece of brown paper high in the air.
After I watched Kumasawa-san, who returned to the guest house for me, say goodnight and enter the servants' quarters, I used this to seal the door. Then, in the morning, when the crime was discovered and caused a big uproar, I immediately went to check Kumasawa's quarters. I confirmed that the seal was still intact. Therefore, I can prove Kumasawa's alibi.
Kumasawa's an alibi. Good. A wonderful alibi. Absolutely airtight. Kumasawa returned to the guest house with Erica and went to the servants' quarters to sleep, and never left the room until morning. In other words, after Kumasawa returned to the guest house, she never went to the second floor until morning. The proof Erica had shown was elevated by burning guest house and became a red truth. This truth, which had become red, could no longer be overturned even by Beto. In other words, in that instant, Kumasawa's perfect alibi had been absolutely guaranteed. Ho ho. Then what about Goda?
Goda stand hold up in the servant room right after reaching the guest house. I sealed him up the same way. Then Rosa San returned at 1 a.m. I hadn't noticed her when I stepped out into the corridor.
使用年室の合田さんにそれを伝え
I
た
let Goda-san, who was still in the servant room, know this.
その時
The seal was attacked at the time, so from the time we arrived at the guest house until 1 a.m.,
到着してから午前1時まで合田さんは
Goda-san never left the servant room.
そしてその後はラウンジで
And after Ruth was with me in the lounge until 3 a.m.,
そして午前3時以降は私は2階にいましたので
and after 3 a.m., I was upstairs, saying to you that Goda-san didn't come up.
保証できますエリカの封印が合田が午前
Erica's seal proves that Goda was holed up in their servant room until 1 a.m.,
そして
and Erica testified to his alibi from then until 3 a.m.
一緒にラウンジ
because she was passing the time in the lounge with him.
そしてそれ以降の朝まで
And after that point, he never set foot upstairs until the morning after.
エリカが証明する
Erica did attest to that as well.
つまり合田はゲストハウスへ戻っていって
In other words, after Goda returned to the guest house, he never went up to the second floor until morning. Goda has an alley. Reggie, valid! Well done, Erica.
あんたのその扉の封印によるアリバイがベルに認められて赤き真実に昇華されたわ
The allies of your seals to those doors have been knocked by burning out to the status of red truth.
ありがとうございます我が主
Thank you very much, my master.
我こそ
I am the detective. A being greater than humans can invoke the red truth despite your humanity.
行使することのできる人間
人間を超えただ
You claim to be greater than a human?
この思い上がりめ
You conceited brat. Live another 1,000 years and then you can talk. I hate to have you try anything funny, so I'll make this clear now. In fact, I should have done this in the beginning. I apologize for being so roundabout. This is say the guest house at midnight. The goat had been found, and an emergency family conference called, and Bella had gone to the mansion with the relatives. I, the three cousins, Dr. Nanjo, Goda-san, and Kumasawa-san remained in the guest house. After extending Goda-san and Kumasawa-san's alibis, George-san, Jessica-san, and Maria-san were playing cards in the cousins' room. I actually joined in for a bit, and it clearly went so they were alive at that time. My master, I request that you repeat this. Yes, I'll oblige you. At midnight in the guest house, George, Jessica, and Maria were alive. And they were in the second floor cousins' room. And since there's no need to hold off on it anymore, I'll learn that all the victims so far are dead. George, Jessica, Maria, Rosa, and Genji. These five really are dead. How could they have been playing dead with their necks sliced open like that? No murder occurred before midnight. We guarantee that George's group is dead.
Thank you for repeating, my master. I had to make these things clear to see, as I might have started hearing about how they were already dead before I guaranteed everyone's alibis. Or that they weren't actually dead at all.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly, Bito's side couldn't get away with the simple plan of claiming that victims were only playing dead. Border convinced Goda and Kumasawa's alibis, it should have been possible to suppose that the crime occurred before those doors were sealed. However, the opponent predicted this move perfectly.
Got it! That's the last time the victims are confirmed to be alive. I wish you said that in the beginning. Seems you ignore everything that happened before midnight.
Still even further, at midnight, Natsuki, Krause, and Genji were in corridor on the second floor of the mansion. All the remaining people were at the family conference in the dining hall. Of course, at that point in time, no murder had occurred. Genji was also alive.
That is something Eric observed, but we can't move the game forward without establishing it. Okay, I'll acknowledge that red truth. Thank you very much for that red truth, my master.
So Eric had been in the guest house. It was only natural that she could explain the situation there. However, since she hadn't been in the mansion at the time, saying the situation over there would have been extremely difficult for her. We would normally have attacked there with the blue truth, saying that people in the dining hall all agree to do the same story. That's the only way to have snuck out of the dining hall and commit murder in the guest house. However, because Burnett instantly settled that matter with the red truth, Bito completely lost her chance to strike back. Damn you. Very troublesome. I think we were put in such a disadvantage. It's almost the exact opposite of Richie's fight with Battler. In fact, the situation might be even worse than it was back then. At a glance, the fight between the two of them resembled our previous fights. However, there were some vital differences. The first was whether or not Bito was the Game Master. The Bito who fought against me was the Game Master, so she knew all the truth. That's why she was able to use the red truth at will. However, the current Bito isn't the Game Master. She was just a single piece on the game board. In other words, even Bito doesn't know the whole truth. So you say that Bito is now in the same position as I once was. Also, though Erica may seem to be in the same position I once was, the situation for her is totally different. She's connected to the witch called Burn Castell. Even though she's in the Game Master, she's capable of elevating Erica's statements to become Red Truth. Because Erica can use Red Truth even though she's neither a witch nor the Game Master. Bito is supposed to be a witch but there's no truth or red she can use. And yet the detective, Erica, can use the Red Truth. Eventually completely flipped over to the other side. You could already say that the current Bito is in a much worse position than I was when I fought her. After I got used to the game, Bito stopped responding to my repetition requests. At the beginning, she responded to almost all of them, giving me quite a few hints. That's why we were to fight on par. However, Burn Castell is different. She only understands the rules of this game is prepared to corner Beto without even a hint of restriction. And all this made me realize Beto was going easy on me so that we could fight on par with each other. This has become quite an interesting fight. I see, so I must fight from the position Balor once stood. Beto, I once insulted you and called you incompetent. I can handle much, much worse than this. It's now impossible to suspect Goda and Kumasawa. Can't win by arguing that point any longer. Yeah, let's switch to a different approach. The next in line would probably be Nanjo. He was also in the guest house. Nanjo was in the lounge with Erica, if I'm not mistaken. The time period before and after that should be wide open. That's right, I'll strike there. Nanjo, you were relaxing lounges lounge the guest house Erica and Goda, correct? It's not possible that Nanjo in the guest house committed the crime. Yes. I was with Erika-san the whole time. And during, what time was this? From 1 to 3 a.m.?
Yes, that's right. Between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Nanjo, Goda-san, and I were relaxing in the lounge. Revenues requested, my master.
I'll respond. From 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., the trio of Erica, Nanjo, and Goda spent their time in the lounge on the first floor of the guest house. Though she had flat out refused Beto's repetition request, she bought into Erica's immediately. The red truth was starting to corner Beto. Beto grimaced as though in pain, but she was struck back with the blue truth. No, she really was in pain. As alibis were already established by everyone other not to see, the witch illusion was being denied. Beto perceived the now of her existence as pain. Even so, he should have an ally for the time period before and after you were in the lounge. It was possible Nanjo to commit the crime too.
That's right! I get that Nanjo was in the lounge with Erica from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. How about before and after that? Well, Erica, go on, answer. Chip chop. Of course. First day I buy for before 1 a.m. This is no problem at all. I played cards with the cousins in the rooms until midnight. And then went downstairs to the lounge where I met Dr. Nanjo.
That's right. I mean, I met Erika-san as she was coming down the stairs. So thoroughly, there's quite a connoisseur of the mystery genre. I realized that I found a kindred spirits.
When I went in the archives to solve the Epitaph's Freddo, I noticed that there were several original copies of famous foreign mystery novels stored there. So I want to discuss them with the actual books in hand. We moved to the archive and were talking the whole time. Time seemed we moved to the lounge.
The archive in the guest house had enough books in that you might even call it a small library. And there were several famous foreign mystery novels. that Kenzo had once taken a liking to. Of course, they were all originals in English, but English was no problem for both Erica and Nanjo. Of course, Erica had once again borrowed the key to the archive from Goda in the servant room. She had that she rechecked the seal at that point and of course reset it. Damn her. Even though she keeps it sealed for anyone else to enter or leave, she alone enters and leaves whenever she wants.
I see. So, from midnight until 3 a.m., when you went to bed, you were with Nanjo the whole time. That means Nanjo's alibi is the most rock solid of them all. Yes, that is indeed the case. Perhaps you requested my master?
I'll respond. After midnight, Erica was with Nanjo the whole time until 3 a.m. This is house an alibi for the period before the time you spent in the lounge.
After that, we walked to the archive and into the hallway at 1 a.m. When we did, we just happened to bump into Rosa-san as she returned. Then to Goda-san, what about that? I figured it's probably someone's responsibility welcoming a guest.
Goda asked if he should bring her a towel, but Rosa refused. So they headed to the second floor. At this point, Erica, Goda, and Nanjo gathered together and decided to have a drink. Their alibis in the lounge at 3 a.m. have already been proclaimed and read, so there was no problems there.
Let's continue on to after 3 a.m. It's Dr. Nanjo's alibi after we split up. At 3 a.m., Battlers returned. The people in the lounge went their separate ways. Dr. Nanjo, Battlers, and I went up to the second floor. I then said goodnight to Dr. Nanjo. At this time, of course, I put a seal on the door to the doctor's room as well. And I went and changed it. The crime was discovered. I fell in my room the moment Battlers-san screamed. I confirmed that the door to Dr. Nanjo's room was still sealed. Therefore, Dr. Nanjo's alibi is perfect both before 1 a.m. and after 3 a.m.
Splendid, Erica. Both your seal and your red truth are perfect. Nanjo had the alibi being with Erica until 3 a.m. And he didn't leave his room after 3 a.m. until morning. Using the shield she had placed on the doors, Erica was granted red truths from Burn Kesto one after another. When I gave Beto a representative request, it was out of maneuvering and tactics. But it's really totally different for Erica. Her, it's like having a trump card which is made red whenever she wants.
That concludes the proof of the alibis for all suspects in the guest house. No problems, I assume?
I do have a problem. And the problem is, Beto racked her brain to find some point to latch onto. Erica's red and ruthlessly perfect. There's no point she can take issue with. Beto kept thinking hard, trying to find fault Erica on something. But her expression was so raw with desperation, and one could tell by looking.
I'm overruling you, libido? I can't sense any problems at all. It's totally pop, cute, and perfect. The advice for all humans in the guest house have now been proven.
待ちなエリカ
Hold it,
これ
Erica.
を抜く気か
You're gonna leave me out of this?
後ろ宮バト
I'm pretty sure Umineko Balor has a chance to commit them crime.
何しろ
After all, I was in the same room as the victims all night.
共にしたんだぞその俺を差し
There's
置
no
い
way
て
I'll let you carry on this discussion while ignoring me. Oh, did Balor just, at that moment, an arrow tries to like go to Snake and hit me. Didn't pierce through me, but slapped me hard on the cheek like a whip. Balor-sama, your right to speak have not yet been recognized. Be warned. Ow! Damn it!
はあ分かっておるぞバト
Yes, I understand, Balor.
ラすまない
And my apologies. Forgive me.
エリカ
Erica,
まだバトラ
you still haven't shown an alibi for Balor.
バトラを犠牲者たちと枕を並べて眠った男
Balor's the man who was sleeping alongside the victims. Should he be placed under the great suspicion of
疑わ
all?
なければならぬのではないのか
Beo's right.
ダメじゃないよねバトラを飛ばしちゃ
Can't go skipping Balor like that.
これは失礼しました
My apologies.
すっかり
I completely forgotten about that useless god.
そなたは午前3時に帰って
After Balor returned at 3 a.m., you went upstairs with him.
そしてそなたも自室
I
に
believe you
戻って
also went to your
眠
room
ったは
and slept.
24時にいとこ部屋を訪れたかもしれぬが午前3時以降には訪れておらぬは
You may have gone to the cousin's room at midnight, but I don't think you went there after 3 a.m.
ずまさかその後
Will you now claim that you went to crawl into Balor's bed later on?
一晩中バトラの寝顔を見ていとこ部屋でのアリバイを確認していたとまで言うなら
Of course, you tell me you were looking at Balor's sleeping face all night long from his out in his cousin's room. I must be willing to accept your proof.
一晩中寝息を聞いていましたが何か
Yes, I listened to him breathing in his sleep all night long. Got a problem with that?
なんだと
What?
私
I figured Eric can you prove that Balor-san returned to his cousin's room at 3 a.m.
すぐにそのままベッ
They went straight to bed afterwards and then went straight to sleep.
起床剤
I can prove that until he woke up, noticed the gruesome situation the room was in, and let us scream. Nothing happened in that room.
ですのでご安
So
心
I have no need to worry.
バトラさんが
Balor-san is the culprit.
殺人現場にそう
He says his charming first discovery under the murder scene without realizing was one and slept until morning.
バカな
That's insane! Even though steals you love so much, you shouldn't be possible to prove that!
不可能なはずどうしてそれがそなたに証明できるというのか
How can you prove that?
ふざける
It's a load of
あ
crap!
の時
I entered that
俺
room
は自分
alone!
だけ部屋に入ったんですエリカ
Erica must have gone in her own room as well!
どうしてそんな
How can you say something like that as though she saw the whole thing?
見たとは言っていません
She never said she saw it.
エリカさんには
The room Erica was assigned to. Where was it located?
エリカ教えてちょうだい
Erica, tell me please.
どうしてあなたは
How can you prove so much about Balor?
証明できるの
さすがにそれでこそ探偵だわ
I expect no less from the true detective.
私の部屋
My room was right next to the cousin's room. There's only a single thin wall between them.
You don't mean you put your ear against the wall to check what's happening in the cousin's room?
Yeah, my ears are perfect. Right after Bella-san entered the room, I put my ear against the wall and listened carefully to make sure nothing out of the ordinary occurred. You said you could prove that nothing happened to Bella scream the next morning. You don't mean... Yes. I put my ear against the wall and listened up in that room until morning without sleeping.
Everyone was stunned into silence. She put her ear against the wall, and for the entire time till morning, she listened to what was going on in Balor's room. So what would that have looked like? Till dawn, she had silenced her breathing in a pitch-black room, clinging to the wall shared with the cousin's room, like some kind of creepy venomous spider clinging to the wall of the darkened room. Burnt guessed how alone was grinning in triumph. Due to the progression of the game, I realized Balor, the one who had received the head ring, would be a key player. I'm sure that Balor would be a victim in the first twilight.
Yes, just as the master told me to do. I put my ear against the wall without a wink of sleep, checking to make sure nothing unusual happened.
Erica has photographic memory, and her hearing code is on par with the tape recorder. It would have been possible for Balor to kill George and the others and slit their throats without Erica hearing it. It is impossible for Erica to be likable.
It's the same power that detects authority. I know just to acknowledge it. I'll confirm it in red. It showed me a Balor returned to the cousin's room at 3 a.m. and fell asleep. Have then to discover the crime. Actually, nothing out of the ordinary happened in that room.
In other words, it was impossible for Balor to commit murder or damage the corpses. The red from the two of them forced me to show an expression of considerable anguish. It was only natural. The red truth that had spoken not only guaranteed Balor's alibi, but a number of other things as well. First off, I meant the murder was impossible for anyone after 3 a.m. And since the cousins were confirmed to be alive as late as midnight, this time period of the crime madly came between midnight and 3 o'clock. That also not only provided a guaranteed alibi for everyone who was in the guest house before 3 a.m. That one hurts a lot. After midnight, Erica was in the guest house the whole time. So it should have been difficult for her to prove alibis for all the people in the mansion. It should have been almost impossible to prove alibis for Eva and the others. And she can prove those alibis. Anyway, we'll have to construct it so that the murders were possible before 3 a.m.
屋敷の誰かで実行可能だと
We'll have to
証明
prove
し
that
な
was
くては
possible for one of the people in the mansion to do that. The people who were in the guest house all had alibis. The crime didn't occur before midnight. The crime couldn't have occurred after 3 o'clock. In other words, there's no way for the murders to happen unless someone from the mansion committed the crime between midnight and 3 o'clock. In order to protect Nachi, she had to establish that it was possible for someone other than Nachi to commit the crime. Ironically, the witch had to prove that a human could have committed the crime. Still, that's a tall order. Until 3 a.m., Erika was in the lounge. Now you have to pass through there to get upstairs. In other words, she's practically like a sentry for the upstairs floor of the guest house. This is an unimaginative suggestion, but it was possible to reach the upper floor without Erika noticing. We would probably be proof that the crime was possible for anyone. It's probably possible for a human to climb up the second floor windows if they really wanted to. Of course, Vito has also thought of striking back that way. And Bergen Castell must have thought so as well. Butler, Nanjo, Goda, and Kumasawa. Realized that the crime was impossible for all those people in the guest house. However, what about the humans in the mansion?
As I already said, and that's why Master Zeno complained with the red truth. I was in charge of the first floor of the guest house. And I reached the second floor and was passed to the lounge. In other words, it was impossible to reach the second floor without being seen by me.
And what if it wasn't impossible? For example, what if someone placed a ladder against the outer wall of the guest house and snuck in through a second story window? Unless we reach the second floor without passing through the lounge. If this is the case, it would be possible to reach the crime scene without you seeing it. Theo finally struck back. For now, she had let Erika take total control and attack her with the red over and over. During that time, Vito's counterattacks with the blue tree had been few in number, even including this one.
Of course, I knew you'd try saying something like that. I can't let my lookout in the lounge become meaningless. So first I must prove that my lookout was perfect. Firstly, because of how the guest house is constructed, it's not to reach the second floor without me seeing it from the lounge. I know what places undercover neither than physical or mental blind spots. My master, I request you to repeat.
It is impossible for someone to reach the second floor of the guest house without anyone in the lounge noticing it. Though, of course, it's only first reaching the second floor from inside the building.
Good, my master. So next is Lady Beach's theory that there might be a way to reach the second floor from the outside. This really does pose a problem. After all, there are trees that could probably climb and someone could have used a ladder. You also can't be certain that crawling up the rain ladder would be possible. But I can't let you do that.
Oh, you won't let me. And how's that? Do you stay up all night circling the guest house?
周りをぐるぐる回ってレズバンをしたとでも言うのか。いや、それはできない。
No, you couldn't do that, could you?
そうなった
You were in the lounge.
ラウンジの窓から見える
From the lounge, you can only see a small part of the outer perimeter through the window.
そうです。
That's true. I can read all messages of climbing up to the second floor from the outside.
完全に防ぐことはできません。しかし、2階へ侵入することを防ぐことは
However, I was able to prevent all the entry to the second floor.
侵入を
Prevent entry?
すでに読めていることです。
I had already foreseen this move. Frightening and so persistent.
ゲストハウスはその構造上
Because how the guest house is constructed, the only method of entry from the second floor is the windows.
窓を使うほかありません。正常？どう
The locks, they don't matter at all.
ただ
How do you prove that none of the windows or shutters were opened even once?
一度も開かれなかったことを保証すればいいだけの話だったんです。私は黄金の隠し場所に立ち会い
After I went to the location of the hidden goat, I returned to the guest house.
すぐラウンジを通過
And he began severing all methods of entry to the second floor, then past the lawns.
すべての方法を断絶する工作を開始しました。同じことで
Yes, it's exactly the same.
これまで
No different from the rest.
あんた
Don't tell me! Is that seal of yours on all the windows of the guest house?
お得意の風あの天気の中その格好で
In that weather? A dress like that?
一応漂着時の水
Hey, well, I did have my swimsuit from when I drifted here.
行かれてやがるぜ。客人として迎えられ
She's insane! At a house where she was welcoming guests before anything had happened at all, she went out in all that rain!
そんなこと
And she did something like that?
普通の人間なら絶対にありえない不審なこと
For a normal human, it would certainly be an impossibly dubious action.
ですが
However, she is the witch's piece.
彼女は魔ですから
In the middle of all that rain, Erica sealed all the windows on the outside to create an alibi showing that no one could have snuck into the guest house from the outside. Slammed out the walls herself and did that to all the windows of the first and second floor. No, to all things was causing a permitted entry. After she listened to Cousin's dream all night long without sleeping a wink, in this bizarre neighbor didn't seem quite impossible. You, what do you think of the house of the Ushumiya? They said you'd pay us for welcoming you as a guest.
探偵にとって後ろ宮家
To Detective, the Ushimiya house is nothing more or less than the stage upon which the crime occurs.
私にとって
For the outbreak of crime, it's important to memorize the names of the characters, memorize the lay of the land.
地形構造を覚えること来たる事件に備え各種アリバイの取得準備および
And prepare the upcoming crime involving my time towards collecting and creating all possible alibis.
事件発生前に何の準備もしない探偵は
From my perspective, detectives who make no preparation for the outbreak of the crime pre-third rate.
逗留先で
After all, we know that someone would die whenever we spend the night.
そしてエリカは
Furthermore,
事件発覚
at the moment the crime was discovered, Erica confirmed that none of the seals had been broken.
確認したわエリカが死体発見時に死体なんて見分しなくても
Even without inspecting the corpses, she could be certain of everything thanks to the red truth.
それより重
It is more important to check the seals and construct alibis.
封印の確認だった
我が主は完璧
You are perfect, my master.
私は主
All I did was prove every perfection by following your orders.
証明しただけです
見事よエリカ
Oh, well done, Erica. My double, my piece.
どう
What do you think, Lambda?
これでラウンジ
I say this proves that Erica's lookout in the lounge contains absolute reliability as far as constructing alibis is concerned.
を持つことが証明されたと思うけど
ええ、認めるわ。
Yeah, I'll acknowledge that.
あなたの
Erica, your seal is bullshit but perfect.
私が赤
I'll acknowledge it in red.
ゲストハウス2階へは
It was impossible to reach the second floor of the guest house without passing through the lounge.
ラウンジに
And impossible to reach without Erica, who was in the lounge, knowing all about it.
ありがとうございます。ラブタデルタ教。
Thank you very much, Lady Lambadota.
以上により次
To
の
know what's coming next, Great Lady Beatrice.
以上により
Therefore, the time the crime scene to the single hour between midnight and when they were confirmed to be alive.
ラウンジで
At 1 a.m. when our party in the lounge started.
1時までの1時間の間に限定される。すでにお話ししていま
I
す
already
が
said it, but at midnight I went down to the lounge.
そこで何時を
Hit off that dungeon was grossed in by discussion of the mystery genre of the archive until 1 a.m.
ミステリー談義にふけっておりました。お恥ずかしながらすっかり熱中してしまっていた
It's a
ので
bit embarrassing that you're so engrossed with this discussion that I wouldn't have noticed it when I passed through the corridor during that period.
私は気づけませんでした。あるまじき通
Pretty regretful mistake for a detective.
After doing all that maneuvering, Sam pursues a guaranteed perfect alibi. Shane came engrossed in the mystery novel and left an opening? Her relaxed smile was completely shameless, as though opposite of her words. It almost seems like it's the other way around. Doesn't make you think that this was an intentional trap. Sandphone winters that only Nachi doesn't have an alibi for the hour following midnight.
つまり逆説的に申し上げるとこういう
To it the other way around, this is the following corollary.
男部屋にい
How you once you get reach the cousin's house and commit the crime, are those who have no alibi between midnight and 1 a.m.
間にアリバイを失う人物だけということです。
Her eyes telling him that Nachi was the only one who fit that description. It had a crime that occurred at a completely unknown point during that long night. But because of the alibis Erica had constructed, that time period being compressed and restricted to a single hour following midnight. Erica left the cousin's room at midnight. This is the last time we had confirmation that Jordan and others were alive. And after that party in the lounge started at 1 a.m., it was impossible to reach the cousin's room by any other method.
人間のくせに
All this for a mere human.
まずいですな。
This is quite bad. I've been sealed up into an hour. At this rate, there won't be any pieces left to suspect.
この調子ではあとわずかでしょう。
ベルンカステル教面
Damn you, Lady Burn Castell.
やるではないか
Not bad at all.
私
Unlike Valor, I'm not an idiot.
こんなゲーム
After this game's repeated 5 times, I have more than enough cards in my hand.
十分だわ。それでは改めまして
Then, let us continue.
残りの用
Next time the alibis and ring suspects who
の
the people in the mansion.
何しろ
After all, we only have to worry about the single hour between midnight and 1 a.m.
1時間の話もはや難しい
That shouldn't be too difficult at all.
まず24時
First, midnight.
この時点で2階廊下に夏日クラウス
At this time, Natsu, Kraus, and Genji on the second floor corridor, and all the others were in the first floor dining hall.
これはすでに我が主によって赤き真実で
This has already been given red truth by the master. And my master.
そうよ
Yes, that's right.
24
At midnight, Natsuki, Kraus, and Genji were in the corridor on the second floor of the mansion. The rest of them were in the dining hall at the first floor. And as you know, there was a mysterious knock and a letter with the one discussions around that continued until 1 a.m. I would say it with the red truth. Of all the people in the dining hall, not one of them left the dining hall until 1 a.m. The time that the crime was possible had been limited to between midnight and 1 o'clock. And I guarantee that adults in the family conference did not leave the mansion between midnight and 1 o'clock. This gave them all proven alibis. And how do you intend to prove that? Erica's in the guest house. Did someone prove it by using one of your favorite seals on the dining hall door? You have no convincing evidence or proof. The red truth is simple truth, and there's no need to provide evidence, proof, or room for a counter-argument. You made that rule. Zovering Red Truth had not only given alibis to the adults in the dining hall, it also gave alibis to Shannon Cannon who had come to serve tea. They even guaranteed they never left the dining hall. In other words, the only ones who didn't have any proven alibis were 3 people: Natsuki, Kraus, and Genji. No, there were only 2 left. The alibis were proven Kraus and Genji. It would prove that no one but Natsuki could have been the culprit. Let's move on to Genji. He's a victim, but we can't rule out the possibility that he committed the crime in the cousin's room and then was killed himself. And furthermore, I thought he was on the second floor corridor at midnight. Which means it was possible for Genji to commit the crime. I'll say it in red. When Genji finished transferring the call, he immediately returned to the servants' quarters. That's just a cold hard truth without any evidence, proof, seals, or alibis. Got it? Then at 1 a.m., there's another break in the family conference and Rosa returned to the guest house. And at that time, aren't you thankful for your cooperation, Ushiromiya Eva-san? Please rise. Erica-chan wasn't the only one, you know. I was also certain that something would happen that night. She's the person who taught me how to make those seals. And she helped me check the alibis of those people under suspicion. During the break at 1 a.m., I went to Genji-san's quarters and used the same seal on as Erica-chan. In other words, if this wasn't broken, it would mean that no one could have entered or left that room between 1 a.m. the next morning.
wasn't gaslighting! What the fuck? He wasn't gaslighting! Why? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? That's so stupid! Fuck you!